The Traralgon Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family.
Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences.
With special benefits for members. Visit us today at the Traralgon Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to VBL3. This is round 2 action. Singles leg just beginning. This is N1. Luke Lamont representing the LILYDALE Falcons. He's up against Brett Mahoney for the YARRAVILLE FOOTSCRAY Dogs. My name's Tony Shaw. Very happy to bring you this match. This is, of course, the second leg in this round 2 match. So singles and fours occurring. Joining me in commentary, Sammy Rogers. Morning, Sammy.
Welcome. We're back, we're on, and it should be a pretty good game. Both the boys fairly established singles players.
Luke Lamont playing one of the better draw shots to clinch a state pairs title earlier in the year.
No, that didn't happen.
Sure?
Yeah.
Really? With CJ Snary in Bendigo. Had to draw within centimetre. Couldn't move the jack or he was in trouble.
And then you said, oh, he drew the shot, and that was that. So what you'll find, your big fairy penguin, that was the semi-final, and then they went on to be runners-up in the state pairs. So
well, I was very close. There's nowhere near it. All right, back to action.
Will McAway and James Cullen, they've been round here this weekend.
This is true.
They are, though.
That's twice I butchered that. Good start for me.
Luke Lamont has this surrounded. Pretty tricky to tell. We've both got
the blue and white
blue on the
half
stickers
bowl.
as well, and the blue and white half bowl, yes.
So blue and white halved is the pigeon, Brett Mahoney, and the full white, Luke Lamont. So 21 up in singles.
He's surging here, just trying to get the shot bowl moving. Little touch of the jack down the line. It's an unlucky result. Gave it every chance. Found a narrow gap and pitcher walk back. Last bowl of the end, holding the one. Just a almost forehand draw for him to kickstart proceedings. See if he can make it a couple.
Neil Smiley, our ITO, be marking this game. You'll see him raise yellow and green paddles. The yellow are for LILYDALE Falcons and the green are for the YARRAVILLE FOOTSCRAY Dogs. That matches the scoreboard here in the venue. And that'll be 1 to Brett Mahoney for YARRAVILLE FOOTSCRAY to open the account.
Yeah, good start. So I was just mentioning to Stewie in the back end of the last game that the singles leg tends to be the leg where you can catch up shots if you need shots up, and our Falcons need both legs and a few shots up as well. Dogs go into this 2-0 up and plus 16. So some work to do for our qualifier team. LILYDALE Falcons. The 20 qualifiers who enter this year's qualifying tournament are all capable on their day of qualifying this far. And the LILYDALE team have had to overcome some very strong outfits to make it through. They're in a very tough section of 4. It's up against the Dogs here, Moama and Clayton, who have just seen the other two teams Section 8.
Line's good from Pidge, just a touch shy.
That result from the opening two legs, just in the other game, Tone, that we just saw. Ali Forsyth end up getting on top of Ryan Bester in the triples leg, so the Cobras have a advantage in that one, heading into the singles and fours. Clayton with there would throw the section right back open. Shouts of yeah, Wolf, nickname for Luke Lamont. It's a good shot, right in behind the jack.
A little bit of purpose here from the pigeon. Well, bowls go everywhere.
Oh, he's got
still two down.
He's got one left on the green, two down, a lot more space to draw it.
Other singles matches going on, Sammy. Steamers against Cobras, which is Ryan Bester against Ellie Forsyth. Vic Storm against Sunbury Extreme. Cass Millerick up against Aaron Tees. And on the far rink, second from the far rink, but the far match, Traralgon Lyrebirds up against Bundura. So that's Nathan Murray up against Corey Wedlock. So action aplenty. Brett Mahoney rolls in for shot. Luke Lamont still with one bowl to come. Just a touch high. That'll be one more to the pigeon.
Yeah,
2-zip after two ends.
Pidge's bowl didn't have to go far there for Luke to make the four. He's played it and missing wide and Pidge the opening two shots of the game.
Shout out to the sponsors of these teams. YARRAVILLE Motor Group, who sponsor the LILYDALE Falcons, and Reese Plumbing, who sponsor the YARRAVILLE FOOTSCRAY Dogs. The generous support of each team is what makes this all possible. Of course, Traralgon Bowls Club is where we're playing out of. Fabulous hosts.
Just keeping an eye on a few other things as well, Tone. It's all to play for again in Section B. The Vic Storm took the pairs leg 14-13 and the triples leg was tied at 12 apiece. That's against the club Sunbury Extreme. Both those teams needing a win to keep their finals chances alive. Of course, top two here go through to finals weekend. Upper Club Barham. And the opener from Luke Lamont.
Yeah, there'd be plenty for us to keep our eye on, Sammy. It's almost what they would term in golf moving day, or the premiership quarter here. Latter stages of round two. 3 rounds are what constitute this draw. Sections of 4, so everyone plays each other in their section. The top 2, as Sammy says, go through to finals weekend in Barham.
And here again, 1-2, the shot bowl down. Goes on past, but fantastic couple of opening shots. Pidgey on the attack early. It's to miss his own. Now clears it out the way, only has one bowl left here, so.
How excited are you going to be, Sammy, if we hear it get it right?
Oh, I'd expect that if things get a little bit close, we're a chance to. He needs this one to run, or if it gets back down to the line, isn't the worst.
Yeah, Pidge going back to draw weight now.
Doesn't hate it out of the hand. He needs to off fairway, I think, Tone.
He does love a stalk, the old pigeon. Follows the bowl down. Not to be that time. A couple down.
Yeah, a bit of a free crack here for looking to jump on the forehand and add another one in. Get himself up and going.
Two shots, Luke Lamont. That squares it up. Just having a chat with our marker, Neil Smiley, on the way down as to where he wants the jack position. Not a bad day outside, Sammy. There's a little bit of sun poking its way out, but a bit chilly at this time of year here down south, so very fortunate to be indoors in a fully enclosed facility here at Traralgon Bowls Club.
I've seen it a number of times in the opening 3 live stream games down here for VBL3 of the carpet that's been put down. Both players here favouring the ditch side, closest to where we're set up. I think you're just missing the weight on the opening bowl. Handy from the pigeon. Little changeover.
Of course, Brett Mahoney is often referred to as Pidge. He does quite a bit of pigeon racing in his spare time. So he gets the nickname Pidge. A little bit more turn that hand, Sammy, or is it?
I'm not 100% sure. Talking to a couple sort of players just this morning and in the sort of last stream game and in between games, the hand that's sort of the ditch side here across all the rinks seems to be a fraction wider.
Okay.
Across all the rinks.
Saw Ryan Burnett in the previous game able to get some good turn from the other hand, so.
Needs
Turn there, though.
Yeah, needs to run. He gets to the centre line. Nice little shot on here for Pidgey to sit the bowl through for a couple. Doesn't love it out of the hand.
Down
Turns in
hard was
time
the
and
call.
falls back. That's has to be 2, doesn't it?
Yes, yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Yeah, nice conversion. Would have looked pretty nice from the mat. I break the table. It's good. Sorry.
Sorry, table.
All right. Boof is a backhand draw. Does he try and search up on the forehand? Not out backhand, just trying to draw it off.
Barnsley saying the ditch side is slightly tighter. You're correct. There you go, Sammy. I don't often get them right, but I got one. Thank you, Barnsley.
Barnsley will see you for payment later.
Yeah, I have $20.
Handy track here from Boof. Just needs to have the right pace. Not sure if he sent it.
Certainly cut one out. Hasn't cut them both out.
Hasn't cut one out.
Must be close. And marker Neil Smiley looking at this from a couple of different angles. There we go. I think Brett Mahoney is now down one, so.
So Boof may have done enough.
Get in there. Yeah, it's a lovely ball. Just a little feather on the jack too.
Made that look very, very easy. Change of hand.
He did. There was a little get in there. Wasn't it get it right? Well, they did playing a few more runners for a get it right.
Correct.
Picks up a couple though nonetheless, does Brett Mahoney.
Yeah, a little touch on the jack, just made sure of it. That was a fantastic last bowl for First multiple for the game. 4-2 to
successive twos. First one to Luke Lamont, this one to Brett Mahoney. He now leads 4-2. Early stages, 21 up in these matches. Ryan Bester leading 5-zip over Ali Forsyth. Aaron Tees leading Cass Millerick 4-zip. And Corey Wedlock leading Nathan Murray 7-3. Big scores early down there.
Yeah, good game that one on the far rink. Both the Traralgon and Bunny teams picking up wins last night. They're locked at a leg apiece after the pairs and triples this morning, so all to play for. A win for either puts them in very good shape. Chipatek tuning in for a bit of lawn bowls. She's not far away from the old Traralgon Bowls Club. I reckon we've streamed Chippy on a Vic Open before. I reckon you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do. Have a good bowl from Brett Mahoney, putting a little bit of pressure on Luke Lamont.
If you need any AFL finals tickets for the upcoming series, contact the Chipatek and send you his details. Shot here. Just needs to get back down in time.
I thought it was going to actually, but
yeah, it's almost like that hand's a slightly bit tighter and just held out. It's pretty obvious to see if you're at home. Has a couple of catches. Pidgey building up nicely, changes the forehand.
Pigeon, stop it. Oh.
Scored in for 3. Wonder if it forces Luke to play a bit more directly. It does, big weight.
It's just going to miss by a bowl.
Yeah, probably missed the wrong side if he was going to miss. It is 3, so Pidgey to throwing the 4th, or is he trying to go best back? No respot here. If it kills, we'll start again. He's saying above too good if you get it. I'm going to add in the 4th.
Yep.
That's what he's looked like he's gone with. Oh, asking for a toucher early is the Pigeon. Yeah, gets a touch of the jack and cuffs it up. Thank you.
The shot's still on for Luke Lamont though, just onto the shot bowl. Promote the jack back a bit. Going bigger.
Gets the front one out. That one was probably counting anyway, so gets rid of 1. It'll still be 3. It's a good end for Pidge. Back-to-back ends once again. Started very nicely here. On his way to 21.
He looks right in the zone, does Brett Mahoney. Just wonder if he looks a little bit trimmer too. Certainly had a fresh haircut. And then as easy as you like. Just sending down opening bowls like that. Well played. Ryan Bester picks up a couple more against Ali Forsyth, now 7-0. Cass Millerick's on the board against Aaron Tees, 1-4.
And Bester looks to be drawing real good, a couple rings across.
People often talk about Ryan Bester's drive because it is so devastating, but his draw shot's equally devastating. Complete package. Missing by a whisker.
Yeah, stiff again. Doesn't really give him any target to help himself out either. Sort of just flicks pitches bowling behind and runs past. It's shaping up nicely again for him. He's had in a third. Doesn't want to give any sort of shelf. Stays away from it. Plenty of room to go through if he overplays it. Just needs to try and draw it off the best he can. Lamont 3 down. Trailing 7-2 already. Oh, it's a good area. It gets himself a good third shot. Probably finishes on the wrong side of the head. Just doesn't really give himself any more of a look at it. Did you catch up with the boys pre-game to find out what bowls the boys are using here, Tony?
No, I didn't, but Pidge has been aero for a fair bit of time, and I'm pretty sure XG's for Luke
look
Lamont.
like XG's, don't they? Yep.
Pidge does have a lot of different sets of bowls, though. Last season he had a red, white and blue for the FOOTSCRAY Dogs colours, and he also had like a rainbow sort of colour aero bowl.
That's right, yep.
He's now using a blue and white half, so maybe it's different sets for different courses, but...
back over to Buff here, couple down. Just dropped a 4 on the ring next door as well of the Falcons, so a bit of work to do here to keep in touch.
It's a tough initiation for our qualifying team. They come up against last year's champions.
Just looks always wide out of the hand. The pace was okay, but it'll be 3 ends in a row. And pitch is going along fairly nicely. 9-2 lead. We haven't had a penalty shootout since VBL 1. Is that correct, Tony?
Correct.
As much as we backed for it in VBL 2, it never quite
It was
eventuates.
close. It was close a couple of times, actually.
Yeah, other game in this section, it's a long way away. There's still around 40 minutes of bowls to be played in the singles and fours legs.
Run us through the penalty shootout, Sammy. So how do we get there? What needs to happen for us to have a penalty shootout?
The overall scoreboard to read is 2 legs apiece, as well as shots being the exact same, so an overall draw on the big board if you like.
Yep.
And then from there it's a shootout format, so each team nominates their players 1 through 5, and then it's a 1 bowl shootout.
I love it.
First to 3 takes the overall win.
Yeah, akin to the old
I haven't seen
penalties
it.
in
I haven't
football.
seen it in play. Were you there for the first
I
VBL?
was, yes. Slightly different rules back then. It was the first time we'd run it, and we made a subtle improvement to it. I do like it because it's just that ultimate pressure of 1 bowl and 1 bowl only.
Yeah, it'd be a good to watch and see what Pidgey plays here. I didn't think he was actually going to go that quick, but he's asked it to get him, and he's got it out without jack movement. Takes one of his own on the way through. Does hold shot now. Well played.
Good work by Neil Smiley, our marker. Picks a bowl up and then pauses, knowing the player's about to deliver, and then goes about getting the rest.
Very nice. See if Luke can replace the shot bowl. It's not far away. That's very nice.
Yeah, well played.
Draws a toucher as well.
Pidge's going to come down and have a quick look at this. Neil Smiley recognising that one will need to be chalked.
I don't recall that happening.
I'm not sure that Beach hates to bring that up. I think he quite likes to bring that up. I do recall that happening. I'm sure that did.
Nah, Millsy pretty relieved when I told him it's the singles format that's on rink 1 and his fours game to be held on rink 2.
Yes, I'm sure it's something we've all done, put down the old wrong bias. Wouldn't happen too many times at VBL level. He's in a club of his own.
Watch this one come down from Pidge. Last bowl of the end. He's run of 3 ends in a row. Looks like it'll come to an end here. It's wide there.
Can Luke Lamont get another one in there? He's probably got 15 inches to draw a second shot.
Hey, if you thought Corey Wedlock was going good in the singles last night, back that up again this morning. Currently 12-3 against Nathan Murray, who is absolutely no slouch, especially when it comes to singles, and Corey just picked up another end there as well.
13-3 now.
Absolute start.
Ali Forsyth picks up a few shots. Still trailing Ryan Bester, but 4-7.
This one needs to run. It just needs to miss either side. It's hit in the middle. No change. So Lucky Lamont wins his second end of the game. 9-3, the lead to Pidge. Yeah, the other interesting one, Tone, is the Vic Storm against the Extreme.
The Vic Storm won.
What are they, 1.5?
They won the pairs and drew the triples in the first matches of round 2.
Yeah, so Tees is flying 8-1 up against Cass, and some of the bowls he's playing is making things very tricky. So it will come down to the fours leg.
Yeah, similar to what we saw last night from Teasy. He's going pit to pit. Enough to test out anyone. Line's good from Brett Mahoney, just not quite the trip on that one. Better speed here from Brett Mahoney.
Yeah, big change of length.
So
Just
might have
ran on,
gone
didn't
a
it?
roll too far. Rather be behind than in front.
Pidgey, bit of work to do, asking for this one to run. No, he cuts across and
Well, the weight was
crashes into
okay in the end,
front.
wasn't
It would have been enough to draw the shot with a clear road. That Jack has gone flying from Bester. You are very brave. If you're sitting down where Brendan Numbers is camped out to watch this forwards leg a couple of weeks across. I won't be standing there. Not a chance.
No, it's got danger written all over it.
Okay, so little opportunity here for Luke Lamont. He had a third shot in here and put Pritchie under some real pressure. I think he's missed out on doing so. That's not going to look great for the mat. Is there an angle here to get a shot bowls moving on the backhand?
I think it's just forehand draw. Same ball as he did last time, just a
You're
touch wider.
boring. So boring. Raking Ewing special. Late on the backhand. Yes. Even if he misses this is a win. Plenty of angles to work with. Not that one. No change. Couple ends in a row to Luke Lamont. I think it's a 2, is it, Tone?
It is a 2. That's why the percentage play on the forehand rules. Morning, Brendan. Hope you're well. Having a bit of fun here at VBL.
Not brave enough. I thought about it, but I didn't know if it would be taken the wrong way.
Yeah, you never can quite tell.
I feel like Pidgey and I have a pretty good rapport as it is, so I don't want to ruin that.
No. I was going to giggle if you had said it as he walked past the commentary
Yeah,
desk.
see, Chippy's right. 2 down, but it's still a win because he played the right shot. That's right. All right, so we game on once again. 9-5. Lamont picking up the last couple of ends. Yeah, just starting to find it now. He's been able to gain control of the mat.
Cass Millerick picks up a couple for the Vic Storm up against Aaron T. Still trailing, but picks up a couple there, 3-12. Nathan Murray's picked up a couple against Corey Whitlock too, 5-13 over there. All these scores are on Bowls Link. You can follow along end by end. No scorecards used at VBL, ever.
Respect.
Scorecards, we say no.
Look on the right track here again.
CJ Sneary with the bomb next door gets the crowd up and about. Well, Lamont holding one here. Falcons just starting to put some pressure back on the Yarraville Footscray doggies.
Good areas here again. Wants to run right up to the line and cover it up if possible. 2. Pidgey goes searching. More than searching. Big weight up the middle. Close here through the bowl. Just missing wide.
Straightens the mat for Luke Lamont.
Get a huge result, maybe get the shot bowls out. So he'll still be trying to get another one in there. If he can turn his own down onto the line is very handy.
I mean, that drive from Pidge is going to have to get the bowl bang on to take both bowls without collecting the jack, but QEN's not a bad result.
See, you're rubbish this morning. You're allowed to agree with me. Be like, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, Sam. I agree with the next thing you say. I agree
Never
with
wanted
100%.
someone to drive and get both bowls so badly without the jack in my life. Lukey Lamont might have something to say about it first. He does. He's added in a third. Well, all
three.
We'll never know. We'll never know. It would have.
Yeah. All right. Whatever you say next, I agree with 100%.
Three. I can't see Pidgey's shot choice changing. Big backhand runner. Needs to hold.
Just going to miss by a whisker again.
Fine margins, isn't it? And Tone, all of a sudden, we're on. A 3, I think. Maybe not.
Well, 3 was held up by Neil Smiley. I reckon it is 3, but maybe Luke Lamont just making sure that
Yeah, well,
pitch sees it as well.
Yeah, the front one's definitely in for 2. I think it's... See the back one, Pidgey will just have a look and concede the 3. So 3 in a row the way of Luke Lamont, and it's back to a 9-8 scoreline. Pidge still with the lead.
Local branch of the Bendigo Bank, also proudly supporting Lilydale Falcons. Matt's probably a couple of yards in. Jack on the tee, so long end here. A little bit of room given by Luke Lamont. That's enough for Brett Mahoney to say, I'll take it. A good run, Luke Lamont. The last 6 shots in a row, 1, a 2 and a 3. A little touch, just a little feather on the jack. Brett Mahoney holding a couple now. Well, maybe I'll cut one out. Perhaps not how it was designed. Brett Mahoney wastes no time. Asking for it to get past the front, it obliges. Definitely 2, could be 3. 3 is the story from Neil Smiley. Oh, good enough for second shot. Just sneaks under the front bowl. Corey Wedlock, Sammy, is 17-6 up and holding 3 with 1 bowl to come. It's against Nathan Murray.
That's a big neck and a big lead.
Just leaving that one a touch shy, so pick up a single.
Back in business, first to double figures. Still going to get another 11 to win the game. 10-9, 10-8, sorry. Here's the lead, and the Falcons are on the board in the Force League ring next door. Umpire was called, they came out on top. Still a 5-1 lead the way at YARRAVILLE FOOTSCRAY through 3 of the opening 12 ends. They are going slowly.
Slowly. Didn't see the final bowl on that Nathan Murray-Corey Wedlock match. Corey won the end. They haven't updated the board yet. There's a good bit of giggling going on between Ellie Forsyth and the crowd and Ryan Bester.
What happened?
Well,
I missed it.
I think it's a big drive that scattered everything, and maybe a few people might need to go and change their underwear. It's a very dangerous position to be sitting out the back of that rink.
TK's bottle of sparkling water has gone everywhere, I think.
Yep. A few giggles about, everyone's happy. Plenty going on. Puff needs to sneak under this bowl, does so. Probably was 3 down. He's cut it back to 1. Both players still with 1 bowl to come.
Come on now. Turn. Down hard. Down hard.
He's played this good.
Yeah, well played.
Yeah, good shot. Nice little result just to fall back at the last minute to land in front of the jack. Can't afford to overplay this and remove his own out of the head, can he?
Called as 2 by Neil Smiley.
Still got to try and play it. Still got to try and get the shot bowl through the jack. Of course, can't quite see it in picture. He's got the one that's sort of finished up about on what would be the respot. There's no respot here. Hang on the tee. See how much weight he plays at it. Lamont 1 down. Only just getting there. But the jack has sprung a fair way, Tony, and that's made it pretty interesting.
Far enough?
Oh, I didn't think the jack would spring that far. I think Pidgey's conceded here, is he?
Yep.
Enough. Once a
Shot
yellow.
by Luke Lamont.
Just got enough of it in time and for 1. Good contest this, T. Sherwood.
Certainly is.
Get on a little bit of a roll. He's got the momentum in this game. 4 of the last 5 ends. That's very fast drive. Okay.
Yeah, there's people now just protecting themselves down there.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, Best is furious because he bellies the jack and it stays and he gets 3. The thing is, it's not race spot, mate. I think he knows. Yeah, nice.
So a good bit of fun, our marker out there too. Not every day you get to mark the reigning world singles champion. Of course, Ellie Forsyth, also world champion. Nice bowl, Brett Mahoney. This one, very close all of a sudden, 9-10. Luke Lamont's won 4 of the last 5 ends. Shouts of good effort, both from the crowd. Well played, Pigeon. One just cutting away, so a bit of an opportunity here for Brett Mahoney. He's holding a couple. Let me Just a touch too far for 3, but not lost back there. And Corey Wedlock shakes hands with his marker, and indeed Nathan Murray. That'll be 21-6. A win to Bundura's Corey Wedlock over Nathan Murray from Traralgon Lyrebirds. The fours match over there sees Lyrebirds in front 7-3. So. Nice ball from Luke Lamont. Cuts one out. That fours match between Traralgon Lyrebirds and Bundy is all important after Bundura won the pairs. Traralgon won the triples. Bundura won the singles, so just the fours to be decided. Traralgon currently in front. Could this be a shot at a shootout? It's a big margin in the singles that Traralgon's going to have to cover. Luke Lamont conceding one. Mahoney will just come down and make sure he's aware it is one. Confirmed by Sammy Rogers that it's one. And confirmed.
Best part about the VBL now is there's so many games and moving parts going on to try and figure it all out.
Well, I was just looking, Traralgon and Bundura. It's 2-1 in favour of Bundura at this stage in terms of leg wins. Traralgon's in front in the fourth leg, so they need to score another 15 shots plus.
Yeah, the singles result is
It's a big margin.
Massive, and the pairs win that Corey's come up in the first leg as well. So he's gone, what, plus 26 shots in a couple of legs of bowl in VBL format is going to make it pretty tricky if you're the opposition.
If Traralgon can put on another 15 shots, we're into penalty shootout action. So I'm cheering for that.
I'm more in the camp that your penalty shootout is going to come from the other game in this section, surely.
Steamers and Cobras.
The Steamers just need to get a little bit of a run.
Yep.
Best was up early. I've sort of only just seen that score. He's caught right back up. 9-8 the lead. Now to Ryan Bester as Pidge is pretty close to drawing the shot here. Sails on past. Talking of sailing, Benny Sail.
Love it.
Dandenong next week. Yes, we'll be there. Friday afternoon start into Friday evening. Rounds 2 and 3 all day Saturday, all wrapped up by about 6 p.m. It's pretty good going.
Yep.
Couple good shots here from.
Maybe a touch after if we get a penalty shootout or two. That could be exciting.
He's had 3 or 4 runners on the backhand side and missed by the same margin in the same spot just about every time. Storm are a big chance of picking up a win zone despite Cass being 18-4 down. It'll be all irrelevant if the girls can win the fours leg, currently 5 apiece through 5 ends. Shots Lucky Lamont holds a good 3. Pidgey yet to enter a runner with the game, has been thereabouts on the draw. What's he looking at?
Does he go full-blooded at it, Sammy, or is he trying to get a little cuter?
Big shout of all of them shout. Oh, get him.
Oh,
Get him was
such a
close
good
to all of
shot.
them.
He gets all three out of bounds.
So his own bowl, Pidgey, has actually followed on through. The
And
contact made on the
yeah.
shot bowls has actually stayed on, and it'll be irrelevant. Like, he's obviously got one left. He's going to draw to at least cut that one out, but it is 3.
Still got to draw within a couple of feet to get shot, but as you say, Sammy, he'll at least cut the back one out. Potentially do better. Great shot by Brett Mahoney, though. Hasn't hit a heap of drives today, so a good confidence booster for him.
Stewie drew, and away we went. Can Lukey Lamont draw it back off?
Stewie.
Yes. Maybe. Maybe not. Pidgey having a look from both sides, and yes, concedes the one, so a bit of back and forth here. Good arm wrestle.
I think
Last
this is
4
a
ends have been singles.
measure in hope. Luke Lamont's already grabbed the mat. There you can see that's in by an inch. Great shot by the Pigeon with his drive, Luke Lamont. Nerves of steel under pressure. Aaron Tees is on the springboard now, 20-4 over Cass Millerick. Cass Millerick's holding shot. Aaron Tees and Corey Wedlock don't muck about, do they?
Wood.
Respect.
Eleven 10, the scoring really dried up. As we said, last 4 ends, 2 apiece. After that real fast start from Pidge, what did he get to? 9-1, 9-2, it was early.
You breaking the table again?
Yeah, again. Missing the line well under, see if Buff could make him pay.
Get past. Past. Past.
Asking for this one to miss the front shot bowls, and does. Little touch to the jack. It's a good shot from Pidgey. One to the Dogs. So we've had to change the backhand. No, sorry, he stayed on the backhand. He's missed wide with a different jack position as Pidgey runs on pass. So it's only 1. Nothing much else but a draw shot here.
Aaron Tees gets the result over Cass Millerick, 21-4 in the singles match of Sunbury Extreme versus Vic Storm. Now it hinges on the 4s in that battle.
Oh,
Stays in. Action aplenty here. I tell you what, if you can get down to Traralgon Bowls Club, please do so. You can watch any rink you like. There is some just absolute brilliance from everyone. Ryan Best has just gone a huge drive.
can't believe you can go that quickly.
Yeah. Cut the jack almost 90 degrees.
Oh, yeah, it has.
And unfortunately, is at least 2 down. Could be 3.
Unbelievable. Can't believe that stayed in.
Which, if it is 3, gets it back to 11 all in the match between Ryan Bester and Ali Forsyth. No, it was just the 2, so 11-10. Still a narrow lead to Moama Steamers. Ryan Bester. To action here, 2 more to Brett Mahoney. 13-10.
Yeah, the Falcons on the rink next door had picked up a couple ends in a row. And Chopper, I don't want to say soft because there's always close heads and you can get unlucky here and there, but Joshy said his last bowl just didn't have a play to get the shot the way the head was situated. 3 to the Dogs and they open up an 8-3 lead, so full control of this one.
Ryan Bester's lit off 2 absolute gunshots, a couple of rings over. It's not much of a target. There's a jack and 2 bowls in immediately behind it, in line from Ali Forsyth. Back to action here. Someone run just a touch too far, Semi. Still 2. Brett Mahoney.
Yeah, plenty of room as well here for Pinch to throw another one in.
Yep.
Doesn't miss. I was talking to a few people last night, Tone, and a few comments made about the singles games. We saw the boys obviously put on a clinic, but they were so good, but do not see them. Like, you got to spoon one eventually. It just didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Yep.
It's an end here where you have an end off, and they're just going to draw one right on top of the jack there. Might have pulled the front one out of the count. It might still only be 3. See if Mr. Smalley's going to give us an indication. Going with weight. Leaves the front one out, so makes it a certainty that it will be 3 and back-to-back ends for either player for the first time in a little while. And it's a 2 and a 3 the way of Pinch, and just opens up slightly. Nice little lead now, 16-10 over Luke Lamont. Nathan Black going along very nicely on the rink next door, playing 3rd in the fours leg. Craig Miller's skipping. Strong 5-a-side across the board. Brendan Numbers sitting out for this one. Of course, you can name up to 6 players at BBL. Open up. Forced into a bit of weight. A good openers appeared. He's close and clears everything off the green. We'll have a little 2-bowl single shootout here. Pidge, not happy with that at all. Drops well short. Lamont still with 2 left, coming up for the last running shot. Clean everything off the rink. As he go back to the draw. Well, enough to draw the shot. Yeah, pretty handy. Still, Wolf needs to win this end just to keep in touch. PG wins the end, he can, he's within striking distance, can win the game from there. Is he out of the weight? No, he hasn't. So after a really couple of good opening bowls, Lamont's going to jump back on the mat with a metre or so here to add another shot in. Doesn't miss. 3 good bowls in a row. Picks up a couple. Takes things over to 16-12. Gets the mat back. Interested to see if he goes back to his favoured length of... It was pretty much full on ditch to ditch he was playing earlier. The mat's coming up here. Something a little bit different.
Yeah, why not? Mix it up. I feel like that Sunbreak Stream versus Vic Storm match has been on 5 ends for a long time.
Yeah, I'm
There's
not
been
sure
a
if they
couple
had a
of
dead
killed
end, but
ends
on
or-
the live scoring, obviously the seconds are scoring there. Somebody had won the last end, which makes sense because Bryce has first bowl here. It looks to be a couple down.
Lukey just a touch quick with that one. In the ditch. Chance for the pigeon. Just a touch shy, so he's still good enough for second shot.
Oh, I was just looking across the green. How good are some of the players that are here, Tony, this weekend? There's Nathan Black bowling there, and there's Ryan Bester.
It's got everyone.
There's Dylan playing bowls. Unbelievable.
Snapper.
And there's Brad Janus sitting down. Brilliant. Great shot.
Luke Lamont with a great correction. Why is Brad Janus sitting down?
I don't know, he's just having a bit of a timeout. Wants to look away because Bryce is drawing and his last draw attempt went flying into the pit. Makes the correction and draws the shot, I think. Either that or cuts a heap out. Got to find a way to get the the press red for the match choice button going eventually for an event like this. There's too much good
100%.
bowls we're missing out on, or the viewers are missing out on.
Yeah, even static cameras, like you see in a lot of sports, no commentary necessarily, which is some might argue that's a good thing. Saw it with the Olympics coverage. So Brett Marnell arrived back at the mat for his last bowl. He's one down. He's got at least 2 seconds.
I think he might have overplayed this one, Tone.
Yeah. One to Luke Lamont. And on to the next end. 13-16. Still trailing, but never been a huge margin. Outside of the start.
Ranks over in the other game in this section, and Ali Forsyth looks like he might have just picked up a 4, definitely 3 to at least tie things up on the overall, or maybe sneak ahead. Big result that, given the 4s is tied up at 7 apiece as well, so Cobras with a win there, and it's all to play for.
Lovely ball, Luke Lamont. YARRAVILLE Footscray holding 5 on the rink next door.
Get to him. Get to him. Hurry. Hurry.
Lovely shot by the pigeon, just sits out the shot bowl. Little touch on the jack. It's Josh Sanders misses wide with another drive next door. That'll be 5 to YARRAVILLE Footscray Dogs. 3-13.
Don't know, that's going to make things easier for Luke here.
He's just in a bit of a flat spot.
The shot he sort of wanted to play was forehand, trying to move it around the corner. I don't know if that's made it any easier. Bowl that's been promoted. Yeah, you're right about the sort of flat spot, isn't it? Sort of just, it's always hard. Like, you got to keep going.
particularly for a player like
Right,
Pidge,
yeah.
who's up and about.
But obviously in the back of the mind, he knows the forwards league is well in control and they're on the way to another win.
This is a bad effort. He's just got to get down. Nope.
He's pretty good at didn't just hold off, but he was over for speed. A fraction. Picks up a 1 and gets within 4 of victory. Big shot, Ali Forsyth. He's picked up a 4 the previous best, holding a good 2. Ali kills the end with his last.
They might be challenging Corey Wedlock and Aaron Tees for number of killed ends.
Yeah, they've had a
about
few.
9.
Yep. You always know that's going to be a pretty close contest, even with Best's fast start. It's the way it goes at some point within the couple of hours. It's going to tighten up at some stage. Other players going to get on a little bit of a run. Same with this one as well. After Pidgey's fast start, he came out of the blocks.
5 of the first 6 ends.
Yeah, and there was a couple of numbers in that as well.
Asking for this one to get up.
There
That's
is
what a half
2,
does.
but you can sort of hear him. He wasn't stoked that he gave Buff that much room to draw and make the correction with his second. Little stamp of the foot out of the hand, indicating he might have just overcorrected. He's probably missed the line under here as well. Right on both counts, so Pidgey now with a chance to add a 3rd in and just make things a little bit more interesting.
You're on fire, Sammy Rogers. It's got to be better, doesn't it? Says Pidge as it
Like
comes
that,
past comments.
like that. He knew it out of the hand. He just doesn't want to trail the jack because they do move pretty far. We saw that earlier in the game when Luke was able to turn the shot by over the jack. It sprung a long way. Catch an indication there from...
No, he hasn't given one yet. He might be just waiting until Luke Lamont bowls. Now Smiley just stepping in to have a quick look. Work out whether this is 1 or 2.
Still room, sticking with the backhand.
Give one away there, Pidge. So still holding 1.
Yeah, he does have a shot if he wanted to.
Take out the back bowl of Luke Lamont.
And if he lands it, he's close to holding game. Land it, then not run far away. Might be easier to... It's a fair bit of room to add a second in, and it's a pretty good one, the way that lies.
He probably doesn't have to tip that bowl of Luke Lamont's too far, though, does he? No, he's just going to try and add another one in.
Happy to stick on this side.
Gone with a percentage play.
Boring.
Doesn't want to go with the
Hey, he might,
2 down, but still a win.
he might not have a chance in the rest of this match to play a shot to win the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's just played a lovely shot there to get in for second. Can Luke Lamont follow that down? Get Jack back a little bit?
I thought you were going to make a really good call.
Do tell. What should I
You
say?
got halfway there. He said he might have seen if he could search with a bit of weight and try and get both bowls moving or get back to the jack. I think that's what you were getting out, were you?
No, I'm saying trail the Jack back. But I'm just not 100% convinced he can turn far enough to do it. We'll find out in a second.
Half interested here is Luke Lamont. Just needs to miss the front here and he's drawn the shot. Can he run far enough?
Yeah, he has. Well played. 2 down to 1 up.
I think he did. 1 yellow.
That'll make the
Big
Buff
last
supporters happy. So scores across the green. Traralgon Lyrebirds leading 9-6 over Bundura in the 4s. They played 7 ends. Corey Wedlock has already had a victory in the singles, 21-6 for Bundura. And the match between Victoria Storm and Sunbury Extreme at 6-all after 7 ends in the 4s. And Aaron Tees won the singles leg 21-4 for Sunbury Extreme. Neck and neck in the Moama Steamers v Clayton Cobras 4s. That's 7 shots apiece after 7 ends. And very close in the singles. Currently a lead to Ali Forsyth, 14-13 over Ryan Bester. And in the match here between LILYDALE Falcons and YARRAVILLE Footscray Dogs, it's 13-3 after 6 ends. The lead to YARRAVILLE Footscray in the fours. Now streamed match here. Just 3 shots in it, the way of YARRAVILLE Footscray at this stage. The race to 21. Shouts of yes, Borf promotes his own bowl in for shot. Pitch just might be a touch under here, so. I'd love to have more stats on these games. There seems to be a number of errant drives across the green, not picking any one player or a rink, but you see blokes, players like Ali Forsyth and Ryan Bester hitting them more often than not. You see a lot of others who maybe should stick to draw. Get it, Jack.
No more the fact that you were just talking about people missing drives and pitches. Put the jack across a couple rinks for a restart.
Yeah, pitch probably wasn't one I was singling out.
6-all in the Vicstorm Extreme 4s game. Extreme won the previous end, but we haven't put it up on the scoreboard, or there's nothing on the app. Or now there is. There's a 4 the way of the Extreme. That opens things right up.
That is a dagger.
Pretty much whoever takes that leg wins the round, takes the overall.
Yeah, Sunbury Extreme, courtesy of the singles, will have shots differential. So you're spot on, Sam. It's just whoever wins that particular fours match. Lovely opening bowl from Luke Lamont. Afternoon, Dean. Hope you're well. Very pleased to be bringing you coverage of VBL3. This is, of course, the opening sections of VBL3, round 2 match. LILYDALE Falcons, who was our qualifier team this year, Semi. They won through beating out 20 other teams into the main draw, and now they're shot at winning a share of $80,000 odd in prize money.
Yeah, pretty good gig. They've got all the way through. Obviously, coming up against, as we said, it's a pretty tough section. Obviously, the Dogs, the reigning champs, and Clayton Moama, very strong outfits, but yeah, great experience. Obviously, all well-established players in their own right. The uniforms look pretty good as well, mind you.
They look great.
Close here again. Just doesn't want to expose the jack. Misses past. It's well played.
Great effort. Still one to the LILYDALE Falcons. big 3 to Ellie Forsyth, Semi. Now leads Ryan Bester 19-13.
Well, it brings Jimmy Clayton can hold on to that leg. They only need the 1 leg win to wrap up the overall. That would bring them right back into it, and Steamers would still have work to do in the last round.
A lovely bowl by Luke Lamont too, getting a second shot in there. Wasn't a heap of room, but
Steamers still have the Yarraville Footscray Dogs to come in the last round as well.
doesn't get any better then, does it?
Yeah, not easier.
Pidge is keen. We've had to get in there, get to it. Oh, what a bowl.
It's a full out.
Stiff if he doesn't make shot out of that. That was an absolute beauty. Knew it from a long way out. There's no big high fives from the rink next door with his teammates, so I'm tipping this will be 1 to Luke Lamont. Pidge is going to throw the measure on just to make sure. It was confirmed as 1 to Luke Lamont. 15-17. Got the gap back to just 2.
Luke Lamont 2 hits in a row. Going bang, legs right on top of the jack. Pidgey missing short. Misses short again, this Pidge. So 2 to Luke Lamont here. Chance to add a third and make things very interesting indeed. Needs to miss the front.
Spot is not Sammy.
Miss the front. Run. Oh, cutting it fine. Falls back down. Stands up. It's definitely in. It still is in according to Mr. Smiley. Getting after it. Is it better weight or not?
Yeah, weight's certainly good enough for second shot. It's probably 6 inches off Jack, but still not quite shot. Good effort nonetheless. Sunbury Extreme had another one on. The fours match against Vic Storm, now 11-6. Played 9 of the 12 ends over there. How does Pidge get shot out of this, Sammy?
Not entirely sure he can.
It is a real tough setup for him to try and get shot. Oh, Ryan Bester has just knocked his own bowl out.
Shake hands.
Will be game to Ellie Forsyth,
Yeah,
21-14.
And game to the Clayton Cobras as well,
Yeah.
the overall with that result.
3 legs. Regardless of what happens, but they wouldn't mind the bonus points if they can get all 4 legs. They're currently leading.
Very well
9-8.
pointed out. Sherwin?
You're welcome. One more to Luke Lamont. The gap has closed to just 1. 17-16 in favour of Brett Mahoney for the Yarraville Footscray Dogs. Lovely opening bowl again. Luke Lamont's been in good touch these last half a dozen ends or so. Before that too, but just gone to another level.
Yeah, I haven't seen a real loose one for Luke in a... You can't put me on mute at a final stage. That was my best insight for the whole game. Shot by Pigeon. Did you say nothing the whole time then? I thought you did.
I was trying not to giggle too.
You're a moron.
I'm sure that would have been just magnificent.
Pigeon
Gold-plated stuff you're about to put out.
Pigeon can win the game here with something very sneaky. See one of these bowls just in behind. There's another one all the way through. It's after it. After it.
It's not a bad line.
Needs to get to it.
Oh, get it right. Oh, doesn't quite get it
Squashed on the back one. I'm not sure if we did get it far enough.
right. Dunno. See if we can get that camera angle down slightly. Thank you very much, Brad.
Trailed an awful long way for 3.
It is 3. So there you go. Luke Lamont with one bowl to come, and it is a very, very important one.
Going this.
Yeah,
Needs to
probably.
make it count. He's under. Oh no. Oh. I mean, It would have been fortunate, but it
Yeah.
almost got the strainer it needed. And now back over to pitch all of a sudden with a huge trail with the third bowl. We think is drawing for game here.
Let's see if we
Can't
can just
see
get that
his-
camera angle just down slightly if we can.
Got a
to
bowl
see
just out of
the
picture.
third bowl.
There
we go.
it is.
There's not a lot in between that and Luke Lamont's closest. Certainly 2. Signalled as 3 by Neil Smiley.
Well, that camera shot doesn't look 3, does it?
No. But it's immaterial.
Is there a chance to move the jack into a spot that helps him? Oh, nearly did.
Well, it's certainly 3 now. We'll just make
It
sure
Nearly flicked
that
it
this
just
is
to make
definitely
certainty of
4.
it.
Neil Smiley looks relatively comfortable. Moves out the 2 bowls. Moves out 3 bowls. I think Luke Lamont saying, here's the mat, let's go again. There we go.
Yeah, it looked hard to make a case for it being 3 before pitch's last bowl. Because sometimes that angle behind the head isn't always the best, but one away now.
20 to 16. Singles action here. Yarraville FOOTSCRAY Dogs up against LILYDALE Falcons.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I
T1.
am so hoping he does it. So he's got Jack on the tee. Oh no, he's gone back a little bit further. So no, I'm not thinking what you're thinking anymore. I was hoping what you were thinking. Boring.
That ain't Jack in the ditch. That is boring.
He's currently holding game though. You're going to call for Gus again, aren't you?
That was a cheeky dig.
CJ Snary has just said to Josh Sanders, well, you can, because we've hit heaps of drives in the last 4 ends. Very much tongue-in-cheek.
Score tells the story of the game.
Yeah, 17-3 down. It's kind of funny, actually,
What?
that he says that.
Oh. He said they were 17-3 down and said it was kind of funny, so...
No, it's kind of
bit
funny
harsh.
that CJ Snary is kind of half ripping, but he's also having a crack at himself.
pretty
He's
good,
had a few drives
pretty good
himself, so-
fellas.
Yeah, they are good mates.
Pidgey still one away here, holding the shot.
This is the shot bowl.
Can he get on top of it? Gets a touch. It doesn't make it any easier to draw. Look to follow that down.
He comes through his own bowl semi, or try and get around it.
So you're lining up on the forehand here.
That surprises me a little.
Looks wide. Oh,
When
that'll
the game
be in
down,
some of the worst results we'll see across the
Yeah.
VBL. Probably
you
the
really don't need that sort of thing going against you.
not when you're already 20 to 16 behind. Oh, looked it in behind the jack. Horrible result. Pidgey doesn't really need to go anywhere near this, I don't think, Tone.
No, stay away. Yeah, a little bit of short stuff to just get in his road is not a bad option.
He's gone the blocker, not blocking a whole lot.
No, it's a little bit wide for a blocker.
Gonna have to
Idea was there. Points for the idea.
get the kill here, otherwise it's all over. It's been a real good battle, Lamont. He's kept within touch, has never quite set up ahead.
Going with weight. Got to find the gap, and that'll be the match. 21-16 to Brett Mahoney on behalf of Yarraville FOOTSCRAY Dogs. A good fighting effort from Luke Lamont from the LILYDALE Falcons.
Yeah, never quite was able to sort of get ahead at all in the game on the scoreboard. Was always in the game, but never able to really put any scoreboard pressure on. Good battle though.
Yep.
Good game to watch. So
Absolutely it was. Our thanks, Sammy, of course, as always, to Moama Bowls Club and Dandenong Club, who help us power the stream and bring you BVTV day in, day out. And of course, Traralgon Bowls Club for hosting VBL3. This was round 2 action, the singles leg. The fours, looks like it's going to be a victory to YARRAVILLE FOOTSCRAY. They're 17-3 up after 8 ends. Best of 12 ends in our fours. So we'll leave the coverage there and we look forward to seeing you next time on BVTV.
The Traralgon Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits
For members, visit us today at the Traralgon Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.